Hello and welcome. My name is Mikey and today we are putting a $70 CPU to the test to see if it's truly the king of budget gaming.
As you can see, I got a small package here and it's saying security tape, don't accept if open, and inside of it is the best CPU for your budget build in 2026. The best CPU if you don't like to spend a lot of money. And today I will try to prove it to you. Let's open it. Oh, there is my cat. Oh, you probably can hear my neighbor because he's doing a house renovation, but here it is. Wait. I'm gonna take it out of the packaging. Or maybe better not, because I can drop it. A Ryzen 5 5500. Brand new. Let's put it to the test right now.
But firstly, let's talk about the Ryzen 5 5500. It was released back in 2022 with a price of $159, so it lost almost half of its price, and right now you can buy it for around $70 or £50 on sales. I bought it for 300 zł, so it's around this price. And today we're gonna pair it with RX 9060 XT 16GB and 16GB of 3200 MHz DDR4 memory. Okay, I think that's it, and we should see how really good of a CPU it is in 2026 and if it's actually a real budget king of a CPU. The first game of today is Counter-Strike 2 on the lowest settings in 1080p. As you can see, we are running around 200 FPS with drops to around 140. For some people it might not be ideal to run under 200 frames per second in Counter-Strike, but for me this was one of the smoothest gameplays I ever had. I know it might look like I am losing a lot of frames because, like you can see, I'm having 170 and drops with 140, but trust me, it was feeling much smoother than it actually was here. I didn't feel any lags or any, stuttering at all while playing it. Keep that in mind that I'm using a pretty slow RAM, it's only 3200 MHz. I don't think that this CPU would actually benefit from running a faster RAM, but maybe in the future I will buy a faster RAM just to test if it's actually our limitation. I also tested Counter-Strike on the highest preset with 1080p on the same map, so as you can see our FPS didn't drop dramatically, so I think we are still CPU bounded, but still for a $70 CPU I think this is a great performance to price ratio. Another game, another title, Rust on the highest settings, because this is actually a really demanding CPU game with high settings, and we have almost 100 players on the server again, and this game is running perfectly with around 80 frames per second. After a game is loaded for a while, the FPS is getting more stable, and as you can clearly see, there is no reason not to play Rust on this PC. Last time I was playing this game, I was playing it on the Ryzen 1600X and it was having half of the frames as I'm having now, and it was on the minimum settings. So as you can see, changing your CPU, and not even for the, you know, expensive one, can change your gameplay completely. I think this CPU is a great ratio of performance to the price, really. Just look at it. After playing for a while, I changed settings to the lowest ones, and I don't really see a improvement of FPS, maybe a little bit, but still, this game is very playable on this CPU, and you can just see it's running perfectly. And if you still have an old Ryzen 1st gen, just don't wait, just upgrade it. Look how much better it is running than our CPU from the last video. If you don't trust me, just watch the video. I'm testing the same games, and the difference is just, you know, it's dramatic. Another game is BeamNG on the Ultra preset, and as you can see, it's running amazing. I'm so surprised that this CPU can handle this game so good. This is one of my best BeamNG experiences ever, and I mean, like, really, this whole setup is so dang good that I just can't believe it. Like, I mean, this CPU should not run this good with this graphic card. Just, I mean, we're still not running in the 60s, but I'm still recording, and the MSI Afterburner with Rivia Tuner Statistic server is running on the background. So without it, I was easily able to achieve a 60 frames per second. And like, for me personally, I was really worried that this game was not gonna run like this, but look at it, it's just amazing. I love it, and just look at it. After playing for a while, I changed settings in the lowest ones, and look at it. We are running above 100 frames per second. Last time I played this game, I was playing it on a Ryzen 1600X, and I wasn't able to reach a 60 FPS on the lowest settings. And here we got above 100. This CPU is just a little beast that is very cheap, and if you got a DDR4 memory laying around, and maybe you got a, you know, AM4 motherboard somewhere, and you're looking for a budget build, don't wait. Trust me, I mean, I'm so happy with it that I'm gonna keep it for a while, and this is amazing. Another shooting game, this time Battlefield 6. Last time I was having a hard time running this game with 60 frames per second, and changing the CPU changed this setup completely. We are running on ultra settings with 86 frames per second. I mean, it's all around 80 frames per second, but this is just clearly a huge upgrade, huge improvement, and this game feels completely different. No stuttering, no nothing, smooth as butter. I could probably gain a more FPS by turning an FSR or something, but no, we are running without any additional frame gens or whatever it is. This is clearly a performance of our CPU and GPU by itself. So for me, this is even more than enough, because I'm running a 60Hz monitor. Just this gameplay is perfect for me, and I think this is gonna be a perfect gameplay for most people. Another game is Grand Theft Auto 5 on the maximum settings in 1080p, and I mean maximum, 8 times MSAA, everything is turned out to the maximum, and this game is running smooth as butter. Just look at it, above 60 frames per second and everything's maxed out. I mean, do you want anything else? So, is this CPU a real budget king in 2026? And in my opinion, yes, because you probably already got a DDR4 based system, and even though if you, I don't know, maybe you are running a older LGA 1151 or whatever else with low speed RAM, don't worry, because RAM right now is easily overclockable, and if you're looking to buy something cheap that can give you quite a big boost of FPS in games, maybe you're just lacking a little bit of performance and you would like to, you know, last during this RAM shortage, and when everything is getting more expensive, I think this can save your day. So in my opinion, a Ryzen 5 5500 paired with some nice 3200 megahertz RAM can actually save a day. This is it for today, and I hope more people will actually consider buying it. And as always, thank you for watching, and see you next video, where I'm gonna try to see if GTX 1070 Ti is a good GPU in 2026. See you and bye.